Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and welcome back to some more Great League Spice. In today's video, we are taking a look at SEVIPER in the Great League. And those of you guys may have known that I actually did these battles live on stream quite a few weeks back with Shreddy. And so we are reaching deep into the Spice archives here, getting some old footage from even before I had hit rank 20. And for this live stream, Shreddy and I were trying out each other's nemesis Pokemon. I was trying out SEVIPER, a Pokemon that he had tried and had no success with, and he was trying Zebstrika, a Pokemon that I had tried and had no success with, and it was an absolute ton of fun. So I did want to go through and kind of show the highlights of my battles with SEVIPER, because honestly, SEVIPER is fairly underrated. Poison typing isn't a great typing in the current meta, to be honest. There's a lot of steel and psychic types around, but of the poison types, SEVIPER is a really solid one. Poison Jab, Poison Fang, and Crunch is a really nice moveset, and we paired it with a Swampert and Abomasnow core. Hopping into the first match, picking up a pretty solid lead versus Skarmory, and we do significantly outpace the Skarmory, so we are going to be throwing our Hydro Cannon on their 5th Air Slash. They do let it through, and we get a free Mud Shot, which is absolutely great. We're going to be shielding up the Sky Attack and farming up a ton of energy here. And we're able to get to the back-to-back Hydro Cannons before he gets to his second Sky Attack thanks to that extra Mud Shot. And so he's going to have a difficult decision. He's going to either have to let this go or invest the second shield, and he decides to let it go. Brings in a Azumarill, we safe swap SEVIPER, and brings out a VENUSAUR, so the whole back line is weak to SEVIPER. SEVIPER's about to go on a rampage, lands the Crunch, does a nice amount of damage, and SEVIPER is going to throw up the shield here, even though it's resisted because it's pretty glassy. Can we farm down? And farms down, oh my goodness, and has double Poison Fang to throw at the Azumarill. Azumarill had some energy when they switched out, but we're going to be able to get off both these Poison Fangs. Unfortunately, a Bubble does sneak through in the middle, and they're able to get to a move. So SEVIPER almost able to take out 2 meta Pokemon. SEVIPER OP, let's go. Abomasnow comes in, and this game is over. We can just farm up to 2 Weather Balls. And more than likely, they're just going to let the first one go and call it a game because they know the game is over. So a good game to my opponent. As you can see there, SEVIPER went absolutely wild on their backline. Hopping into the second match, picking up a terrible lead versus Ferrothorn. Safe swapping into SEVIPER. Baits out a Hypno. Oh no. This is really, really bad. This is what I meant about a lot of psychic types in the meta. But Crunch actually gets a shield, which is pretty solid. And they throw. Hey, this honestly works pretty well for us because Abomasnow doesn't really want to see this either. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back in with the Swampert, use Swampert to take out the Hypno, and then we're going to rely on Abomasnow with a shield advantage to close this game for us. We land a Thunder Punch, which isn't going to do a lot, and we're going to be going straight for the Hydro Cannon. Now that does a decent amount. We are going to try and overfarm here, and we farm up, not quite to 2. We had to throw. I was afraid of getting hit with a move. And we're instantly going to switch out into Abomasnow. They're not switching out right away. So this tells me that they may be weak to Abomasnow in the back. We call it, and it's a Power Whip. That's absolutely huge. Basically, my thinking there was if they have Flash Cannon, I lose, but I wanted to call it. And since we called the bait, we're now in a position where we could actually win this game. We're going to go for the Weather Ball. It gets a shield. They must be so weak to Abomasnow and back, and they are. It's an Altaria. We just need to build up to 2 Weather Balls here. We're going to shield the first and then fire 1 Weather Ball off on the Altaria and 1 on the Ferrothorn. So SEVIPER there did a great job at luring out the Hypno and getting a shield, so that way Abomasnow is able to close the game in back with a shield advantage. Let's go! Alright, hopping into the third game here, leading Swampert into Galvantula. This is a pretty nice lead. I will take this lead any day of the week. And they do a really nice catch there. They catch on a Cresselia, but you know what happens to have a really good matchup against Cresselia? SEVIPER. Because in Great League, they run Grass Knot, Moonblast, both of which are resisted moves, and look how much that Crunch did! Oh, and Moonblast does nothing. SEVIPER farms him down, Galvantula comes back, throws a move. At this point, Seviper's done its job, so I'm definitely going to let this go, let them waste their energy, and come back in with the Swampert. And they catch my move again. This person is an absolute switch master. So I decide to return the favor and catch a Weather Ball onto my Abomasnow. And now we should be in a pretty good spot. Our switch timers are off kilter, unfortunately. And this, of course, was done before any of the 30-second switch clock. I decided to go for the bait with Weather Ball. They actually call it a really nice call. I'm going to go for another bait because I believe this might actually be enough to just kill, which is huge. Galvantula comes back in with energy. At this point, I need to just let this go and come back in with the Swampert, as Swampert is going to be my win condition. We do outpace it with the Hydro Cannons, and the super effective Mud Shots, even though they don't do a lot, will add up even despite the lunge debuffs. They go for the first lunge. We're going for another Hydro Cannon, and as you can see, this poor Galvantula just gets outpaced. So my opponent played it exceedingly well. They caught moves left and right, but unfortunately, it was kind of just a hard counter situation. So able to take the win, but yeah, that's another meta matchup where Seviper does very well. It absolutely walls Grass Knot Cresselia. Hopping to the next match here, Swampert into Azumarill. This is not the best matchup. I usually like to try and go straight for the Sludge Wave and then dip into Seviper. Gets the shield, we bail into Seviper, and they bring out a Ferrothorn. And this is honestly still an okay matchup for the Seviper. They're probably going to be going for the Thunder, which is going to hurt quite a bit, but if they try and bait me with a Power Whip, then that's not going to do enough. And as you can see, I do decide to shield this up, and it is the Thunder, so good shield there, and now we're going straight for another Crunch. That does get it quite low. Can we Poison Jab down? Ooh, not quite. We shield it up, and it is another Thunder, so we did have to commit 2 shields to their 1, but we are able to take Switch, and ooh, okay. Things are getting a little dicey here. They do come in with a Talonflame. And we're able to get to a Poison Fang, though. This is big. We don't have shields, but we are able to, and now we go into the Swampert to force them to Brave Bird, because we really want them to debuff their defense. And then we're going to try and come in with Abomasnow and farm them down since their defense is lowered 3 stages. We come in with the Abomasnow and we're able to farm down. Absolutely huge. Oh my goodness, we have a chance in this game now. Azumarill comes in, goes for the Play Rough. We are going to be going straight for the Energy Ball, and this will be doing absolutely massive damage to the Azumarill. They do get to another move. This is going to be enough to take us out. The good news is we still have Seviper in the back, and the opponent concedes the match. Let's go. So that was an interesting game where we actually had to fully sacrifice our Swampert to a Brave Bird, but that ended up helping us out. This is an absolutely nightmare lead for us. We really want Earthquake here because both charge moves are going to be resisted, so we're going to go for the Stab one in Hydro Cannon. They actually switch out into a Venusaur. I don't know why they did that, but we're going to come in with Seviper. Let's see how Seviper does. Seviper pretty glassy, but did tank that Frenzy Plant, so good on Seviper. Now going straight for the Crunch. Gets a shield. And now we're going for a Poison Fang. Let's see if we can get that other shield. We get both shields and it's CMP. This is huge. At this point, I'm just letting this go because Abomasnow with 2 shields should be in a good position to close this match. Abomasnow is absolutely insane if you can give it shield advantage or energy advantage. We are going to shield this up, and they bring in their Jellicent to throw and get the last shield. They do go for the Ice Beam, and before they can get to another move, because I had lost track of how much energy they had, I'm going to go for the Energy Ball, which KOs them. They bring out Umbreon, and I come in with Swampert, because at this point I want to get any kind of value that I can out of Swampert, because Swampert is completely useless against Venusaur. So we're going to go for the Hydro Cannon, and it's CMP. This is perfect. I'm really hoping that this 100% kills me. Unfortunately, it does not, so they're able to actually snarl me down, which is pretty rough, but never fear. Abomasnow is this much of a beast. Tanks a Foul Play. Ooh, that hurts. Overfarming significantly. They get to another one. I believe we should survive this. We do barely. and we're going to be able to get to the first weather ball here. I overfarm by a couple more because I'm recognizing that Snarl really doesn't do a lot to me, so I'm really close to the next one. Venusaur comes back in, and we're able to get to another one. So Abomasnow with 2 shields, able to basically sweep their whole entire team. I know this is a Seviper feature, but get yourself an Abomasnow. It's worth it. Our Bastodon lead, absolutely fantastic lead for us. They safe swap Sableye. And my goal here is I want to chip this with a Hydro Cannon before I bail into Abomasnow. And they shield, that's actually totally fine. Because since I have gotten a shield here, I'm in a really good spot where I can double shield, bait once with a Weather Ball, and then after I commit my second shield, I'll be able to Energy Ball them and maintain switch advantage. Another charge move coming through, I'm going to shield it up. I'm always afraid of the return because return hits so incredibly hard. And we're able to get to the Energy Ball, and this is going to be enough to take out the Sableye, so we are able to keep switch advantage, which is huge. And they bring out a Medicham, which is definitely a mistake. They probably would have been significantly better off bringing in the Bastodon. And we're able to land this, which is great. At this point, I'm recognizing I need them to get rid of their energy, so we come in with Seviper, and we're basically sacrificing Seviper to the Elder Gods with that Psychic, so that's a little rough. We come in with the Swampert, and we're able to get to the Hydro Cannon there. So we are going to be able to take this win because Bastodon is not going to be able to do enough damage in enough time. We're able to farm up to the 2 Hydro Cannons, and we're going to be able to throw these back to back, and that is going to be able to secure the win. So a very close game. Unfortunately, poor Seviper got absolutely vanquished by that Psychic. But you know what, Seviper, you did a great job being a 3rd shield. I'm proud of you. And hopping into the final match here, another Skarmory lead. Again, we've seen how I like to play this. I typically like to throw on their 5th Air Slash and try and throw very carefully, so I'm denying them any extra Air Slashes. It lands, and they actually throw on 6. So this is just a Sky Attack, but Swampert is pretty glassy. And they come in with Vigoroth, and I actually don't have a great response to Vigoroth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go probably for the back-to-back Hydro Cannons to hopefully get a shield and to hopefully do some damage and then switch into Seviper. Unfortunately, it's CMP. That is really, really unfortunate for me. So I am going to farm up here and try and catch a Body Slam. Unfortunately, no such luck. Although I am able to get to a Poison Fang. So if they want to bulldoze me, they are going to have to commit the shield here, which they do, because they do want to bulldoze me. Bulldoze coming through. This, of course, is going to absolutely flatten poor Seviper. And we're going to come in with Abomasnow, and we farm down the Vigoroth. They come in with Skarmory. They're now on, I believe, 2 Air Slashes. So we're able to land the Weather Ball here. And we're able to get to another Weather Ball on their 5th Air Slash. That would have been enough for a Sky Attack. That would have taken us out. And they have a Swampert in the back, which is absolutely huge. They go straight for the Hydro Cannon. That's not going to be enough because it's not the Shadow. And they have no Pokemon left to sack. So we're going to be able to go for the Energy Ball, and that is going to be enough to take them out. So all in all, I was pretty happy with how Seviper performed. Is it main meta? No, it's definitely Spice. It's definitely not one you have to build, but I had an absolute blast running it, and especially collaborating with Shrady. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new and you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The growth on the channel has been absolutely crazy lately, so thank you guys so very much. And a special thank you to our members here on YouTube. Your guys' continued support helps keep this channel going, so thank you guys oh so very much, and I will see you in the next one.